Good morning, children. This is Shubhal sir speaking. Children, today we are going to discuss about two questions of exercise 8.3, as I had already given some idea about compound interest, the basic differences between simple interest and compound interest. So today, in this particular video, we will be discussing about two different situations. I have preferred to take question number B and question number C. In question number B, which I have already written the question, that is rupees 18,000 for 2.5% year at 10% per annum compounded annually. And children, here the few things that we really need to understand: the basic difference between simple interest and compound interest. There are some certain situations that we really need to understand. Here the principal amount is rupees 18,000, which is a principal amount borrowed from bank or whatever. The time which is mentioned in the question, that is 2.5 years. 2.5 years and 10% per annum compounded annually. Children, we know the formula of compounded, means interest to be paid or amount to be paid compounded annually. The formula is amount is equal to principal into 1 plus r by 100 to the power n, in which a means amount, p means principal, then r means rate of interest, to the power n means that is time, which is mentioned over here. But here is a little problem over here. The problem is the time which is mentioned over here, that is broken, in the sense which is in fraction, 2.5 years. So children, always keep in mind, whenever you are asked, please follow this word, listen this word very carefully. Whenever you are asked to find amount for compounded annually for fractional time, suppose 1.5 years, for 2.5 years, 3.5 years, like that. Whenever you are given time in fraction, always keep in mind, we have to use a simple process. The process is, as in the question, it's 2.5 years. So for 2 years we will find compound interest, and for half years we will find simple interest. Children, I'm repeating my word once again. Whenever we are asked to find compounded annually and time is in fraction, so for 2 years, for first 2 years we will find compound interest, and for next half year we will find simple interest. So children, this process will be quite easier for us to understand. So let us start solving. Principal amount is 18,000. Time is 2.5 years. Rate of interest is 10%, to be calculated compounded annually. So children, as I told, for first 2 years we will find compound interest. The formula is amount is equal to principal into 1 plus r by 100 to the power n, in which principal is 18,000. 1 plus r means rate of interest, means 10 by 100. N means time, the power n means time is 2 years. Let's calculate. 18,000, 1 plus 10 and 100 I'm cancelling, I'm getting 1 by 10 to the power 2. 18,000, which I'll be getting from here. That is, if I calculate this one, I'll get 11 by 10 to the power 2. Again 18,000. 11 by 10 to the power 2 means 11 by 10. 11 by 10 twice. If you calculate, you are supposed to get, as I've already calculated before, if you are calculating this, you are supposed to get 21,780 by cancelling this 0 and this 0, this 0 and this 0. 180 into 11, you are supposed to get 21,780 rupees. This is the amount. This is the amount which I've got right now. If I calculate compounded annually for 2 years, this is not my answer. Sir, what about half years? For next half years, I'll find simple interest. Sir, why? Because if I calculate, as my time is in fraction, so for 2 years I found using compound interest, and for next half year, the remaining half year, I'll find simple interest. That would be pretty easier to understand. That will be quite easier to understand. So I'm going to find for half years simple interest. Let's check. Come on. Again, simple interest is equal to P into R into T by 100. P means principal. Here the principal amount is not 18,000. Here the principal amount is not 18,000. Principal amount will be the amount which is 21,780. That will be carried forward for the simple interest. Children, I'm going to repeat my word once again. 21,780, which I just got by using compound interest process. That rupees or this particular amount, 21,780, will be taken as principal for simple interest of half year. Let us try out with that. 21,780. Rate of interest is same, that is 10. Time is half, so I'm going to write 1 by 2 in this way and 100 from the formula. 0, 0, 0, 0 cancelled. If I calculate, I'm supposed to get 2, 1 is 2, 0, 8 2 is 61, 17, 9 2 is 18. 1089 rupees. Children, 1089 which I got, this is the simple interest. This is the interest amount of half year. Now question is that, sir, what is the final amount to be paid and what is the final interest to be paid? Let us check out with final interest to be paid. Acha, from the compound interest I got amount 21,780. I took loan for 18,000. And I'm paying after 2 years 21,780. So if I subtract 21,780 and 18,000, I'm supposed to get the interest to be paid after 2 years. I'm repeating my word once again. If I subtract 21,780 and 18,000, I'm supposed to get the interest amount to be paid after 2 years. So let us find, there are two interests will appear, one from 2 years, one from half years. So from 2 years, what I'm supposed to get? Interest to be paid after 2 years is equal to 21,780 minus 18,000. I'm supposed to get 3,780 rupees, and for half year I already got 1,089. So therefore total interest to be paid, total interest paid is equal to 3780 plus 1089 9 8 8 16 6 1 carried 7 plus 1 8 3 1 4 3 plus 1 4 4869 rupees to be paid as interest. And the finally how much amount to be paid? Final amount to be paid, that is if I'm saying that final interest to be paid, that is 4869. So children, question is that I took loan for 18,000. I took loan for 18,000 and I'm finally paying interest of 4869. How much amount to be paid in return totally? Finally, how much amount to be returned? If I want to calculate that, I have to add the amount I took loan for, that is 18,000, plus the interest amount 4869. Children, if you are facing problem to understand my word, please watch this video again and again. I'm quite sure you are definitely will understand this. This was question number B. Question number C is 62,500 rupees taken for loan. Principal is 62,500 rupees. Rate of interest is 8%, I guess. Time is 1.5 years. To be calculated. Compounded half yearly. Children, principal is 62,500 rupees. Rate of interest is 8%. Time was 1.5 years. Everything was just like the question B, which I've explained right now. The only difference is this is to be calculated half yearly. Now question is that, sir, how to calculate if I'm given a question to be calculated compounded half yearly? This situation is slightly different from the previous question. For compounded half yearly, we have different formula. For compounded half yearly, we have different formula. The formula is amount is equal to P into 1 plus R by 200 to the power 2n. So what is this? We need to understand this very carefully. Amount is 62,000. Principal is 62,500. 1 plus R means rate of interest, that is 8. As we are calculating compounded half yearly, so naturally the rate of interest will become half. That's why we have used 200, because it's 200, it's actually 2 into 100. 8 by 2 means 4%, because 8% is the rate of interest. 8% half is 4%, that is 8 by 2. 200. 2 into 100. 2n defines number of 6 months. It's number of 6 months. Children, 1.5 year includes how many 6 months? There are 3 6 months. I'm repeating my word once again. As I'm calculating compounded half yearly, so for that 1.5 year is the time span is given. So 1.5 year is how many 6 months? There are 3 6 months. For 1 year, 2 6 months, and one more half, that is for that 3 6 months. So I'll write 3. Children, I wrote 62,500 into 1 plus 8 by 200. So from where we got, why we have written 200 over here? Because it's actually 8 by 2 into 100. Sir, why 8 by 2? Because we are calculating for compounded half yearly. So whenever we are saying compounded half, means rate of interest will also will become half. We have to use a half of the rate of interest as well. So it became 8 by 200 to the power 3. So if I calculate this, I'm supposed to get my answer. I can tell you, as I've already calculated before, because of less time span, there are some certain problems of uploading videos actually. It will be 70,304. If I calculate this, I'll get 70,304. This will be the amount to be paid. After 1.5 years. And rate of interest you can easily make out. If you subtract 62,500 from 70,304, you will get the rate of interest. How much amount to be paid as interest, you can easily calculate by subtracting 70,304 minus 62,500. You will get your answer. Okay children, till then thank you so much. I'll be expecting you to try out this in the next period. First you go through this video for the first period very nicely. Till then, thank you children. Thank you so much.